call this meeting of the Olney City Council, December the 8th, 2025 to order. Please rise and say the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing as the Reverend Tim Loomis is our opening hymn.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Join me in prayer, please. Lord Jesus, we invite you into this meeting. We pray that you would give wisdom and direction and grace. We thank you for this time of year and help us not to forget what it's really all about. We pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much. Call the roll, please.
Councilman Miller,
Present.
Councilman Fehrenbacher,
Here.
Councilwoman Eichhorst,
Present.
Councilman Iyer,
Present.
Mayor Lambert.
Here. First item on the agenda, public comments and presentations. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? Seeing none, we'll move on to presentation of the consent agenda, which includes to approve minutes of the council meeting on November 24th, 2025. Approve and authorize payments of accounts payable December 9th, 2025. Raffle license request from the Olney Memorial VFW Post 4226. An additional raffle license for the Olney Memorial VFW Post 4226. A raffle license from Richland County CEO. Raffle license from the Auxiliary Council of the Richland Memorial Hospital. Sponsorship request for the RCHS After Prom. And a resolution to cancel the December the 20th, 2025 City Council meeting. Do these items need to be removed from the consent agenda?
I'd like to take 5H off.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve A through G?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Considerations of item removed from the consent agenda. 5H.
Well, on 5H, I believe it should read December 22nd as opposed to December 20th. I spend a lot of time talking to department heads, and I ask all them, hey, you working on the 22nd?
Nope.
Every one of them is working. I don't think it's gonna kill me to come to a council meeting.
Questions, comments? Well, we'd have to take no action because now it's not canceled, so.
You can vote me down if you want to, but
No action? Moving on, next item on the agenda, presentation of ordinances, resolutions, a request for a Class A liquor license for the parlor at Bear and Chestnut LLC. Ms. Miller.
Hello, my name is Beth Miller. I recently purchased the building directly behind City Hall. And right now I'm in the renovation stages, but I'm asking for a Class A liquor license for the parlor. We will mainly be an event space catering to weddings and receptions mainly. But we also want the possibility to be able to have our own events there, especially because we know that wedding receptions book out a year, sometimes 2 years in advance. And so we may need to throw some events like a New Year's Eve party or something like that in the future to try to bring in some revenue while we build up the wedding business.
Questions or comments?
So it's not your intention just to open it up as a bar or whatever?
I have zero intentions of doing that. And actually, as per my agreement, I bought the building from a church, and I'm not even allowed to have gambling in there. So there will be no gambling machines ever in the future. It's literally in my written contract.
That takes care of my question, Ms. Miller, but I do question perhaps a better classification would not be a Class G.
So I did look into that, and the reason for my class not doing the Class G is throwing those other events that could potentially be open to the public.
Okay.
And so I thought that would not fall under Class G. Like if I have a band in town for New Year's Eve,
I got
it would be to the public, so that I would need a Class A. And again, that's just kind of like some filler events to help me bring in some revenue so that I can pay the loan.
And you're also not allowed to be open on a regular basis.
Correct.
That's happened.
Yeah.
Got it.
Questions, comments?
With the assurance of no gambling in the future,
Nope, it's literally in my contract.
glad to have you as a neighbor.
Thank you, Jack. I appreciate
Hope you do well.
it. Thank you.
Questions, comments, or motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor, aye.
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 Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Good luck.
Thank you, guys.
Next item on the agenda is an ordinance to amend 5.12.070, restriction of the number of licenses and authorized, the City of Olney Municipal Code. Mr. Barker.
That section will make it available for Ms. Miller to have a license by expanding our ordinance.
Questions, comments, motion to approve?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Further discussion. Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is an ordinance to rezone 4898 North Illinois 130, 4964 North Illinois 140, 130. Vacant land on North Illinois 130 with a property index number of 06-27-300-1-005, and vacant land on North Illinois 130 with a property index number of 06-27-300-119 from RS, Single Family Residential, to C2 Commercial District for Borgic Enterprises, Inc. Mr. Barker.
Again, it's a request from Borgic Enterprises to expand their business ventures into some land that need to be rezoned for them to be able to use it, and this was recommended by the Plan Commission to us.
And so on this is the land directly across from Walmart that abuts to the north, the Ameren property, and to the south, where the high voltage power lines are. That's the first part.
Okay, so how close is that to Mack Avenue?
So it is literally at the stoplight across from Walmart. This portion right now, this is not the Charleston piece.
I myself think we're getting the cart in front of the horse here, and I'd make a motion to table this, take it back up in the future.
I will second that motion.
What do we propose at the
Well,
next?
My concern is the discussions we've been having basically about the South Industrial Park. We're providing infrastructure without receiving any taxation. These properties are outside of the city limits. And I'm all for the rezoning. I think it's obviously a proper zoning, considering we're across from Walmart, the nation's largest employer, one of our largest tax suppliers for the city of Olney. However, without it being annexed, then we're not going to receive the taxes, the property taxes from that, as we will be providing them, I assume, water and sewer.
Water is at the site, sewer would be next. There would be an annexation agreement signed when they did the sewer.
Can we do it prior to the rezoning? That is where I think Mr. Miller and I are both.
I would prefer to do that.
But we're gonna be in the same situation that we are with.
We will have
with
zero
industrial park.
negotiating leverage once we change the zoning.
The leverage becomes as they don't get the sewer.
Then they could just put in an aeration unit.
Or a macerator, yeah.
So this requires a 4/5 vote to overturn. If we table this, Bart, how does that work?
It could be brought back in front of the council.
Is there a time frame on this?
I think there
it
is.
60, I wanna say 60 days.
Okay. Yeah, there is. Some sort of action has to be taken on the planning commission's,
Yeah.
action.
30 days?
60, you think?
60.
I don't know.
It's gonna be between 30 and 60,
So,
I wanna say.
Mr. Barker could work with them on annexation.
An annexation agreement itself could be signed relatively quickly. And then they'd be bound by
And that would
agreement.
be binding.
Yeah,
I would be
we
comfortable
may
with
not
it.
be able to, because of the holidays and whatnot, we may not be able to actually get them annexed, because I think there are some notification requirements and whatnot, that they would be legally bound by any annexation agreement that they sign. And I'm just guessing that they would probably be fine with it.
I mean, that's their intention.
Yeah.
Mayor, Mr. Barker, have there been any discussion with them about possibility of annexation?
No, I mean, I think they realize that they must annex into the city.
Have you heard that from them directly?
Yeah.
Okay, so, as you said, an agreement,
I mean,
It'll
I
be
think they're
binding.
going to have any problems.
I would be satisfied with that, a binding agreement.
I do have a question. Once they are annexed, since they have to be annexed, they'll be outside of our business district and our, once we annex them, they're also inside of our sales tax district too, correct?
Inside for general fund sales tax, that is correct.
Okay, but as far as the business district, they would be outside of
They
it
would be
until,
outside of the business district.
are we able to make an adjustment of that border?
I think you can always amend those or form another that would include those properties that are outside of the business district to the north.
What
what does that take to do that, and how quickly would
6
it-
months,
Yeah, okay.
and probably either way.
And it's not like he's gonna have this thing built tomorrow, so.
No. Not that I'm aware of.
I would wanna make sure that, that was adjusted as well.
Questions, comments?
How will all this affect the people like on Mack Avenue, the residential area there?
I can't believe it'll affect them very much considering Walmart's directly across the road.
Mhm.
I mean, that is the largest commercial area in our whole town.
And Mack Avenue would still be residential
Yeah.
zoning?
Yeah. Questions, comments? Motion to table. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is an ordinance to rezone 4878 North Illinois 130. Partially used land on North Illinois 130 with a property index number of 06-27-301-002, and vacant land on North Illinois 130 with a property index number of 06-27-300-104 from RS Single Family Residential to C2 Commercial District for Kristen L. Snyder. Mr. Barker.
I believe this is very similar to the previous ordinance that we had before you. Kristen, I think, as far as I know, is not quite ready to do anything yet. Is that correct? As far as
That's
you know?
my understanding.
That's my understanding. Yeah, that could be different from that, but just going ahead and rezoning it is the request.
I'd make the motion to table based on my previously stated reasons.
I will second that motion.
Motion made, second. Any further discussion?
Have there been discussions with the Charleston since one of their properties is already C2,
Yes.
but they have two other properties, correct?
3 technically.
Three, which would be, and they are adjacent to the city limits.
That is correct. Actually, the house is already in the city limits. It's just the north two parcels.
Properties are not. Yeah.
That is correct. Is there a second? Did you second it? Very good. Further discussion? Further discussion, seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is an ordinance to set the tax levy. Ms. Glenn.
So at the last meeting, I gave you two options. The second one was the one that Mr. Barker and I had recommended. And that's what this tax levy is tonight, goes off of that second option.
Questions, comments? Questions, comments, or a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion to approve.
Motion to approve, is there a second?
I'll
Second.
Motion made and second. Any further discussion? Further discussion, seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes.
Thank you, Jane. A lot of work.
Next item on the agenda is a resolution to authorize an additional IMRF payment. Ms. Glenn.
So every year, we make an additional payment to IMRF to help our funding of that pension fund there. This year, I'm recommending that we do $100,000. That is the same that we've done the last 2 years also. Currently, our funding for the IMRF fund is at 86.52%.
Okay. Questions, comments? Questions, comments, or a motion?
I'd make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve, is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and second. Any further discussion? Further discussion, seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is a resolution to accept bid for granule activated carbon replacement and amend the 25-26 budget. Mr. Bridges, Mr. Parker?
Mike, do you have any comments on this? I have the numbers here that the low bidder was Carbon Activated Corporation out of Blaisdell, New York, $124,400.
Yeah, this is something that is done about every 5 years.
Yeah.
Activated carbon loses its
This
effectiveness.
is considerably higher than our last one.
It is,
2 years
but that was
ago.
5 years ago, so,
But all the bids were high.
right.
I guess that material's gone up.
And this company you're satisfied?
Yeah, it's a huge company, they're worldwide.
Questions or comments? Questions, comments, or a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Further discussion?
Mark.
Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is discussion and possible resolution travel ball tournament agreement for use of Musgrove baseball and softball facilities.
Earlier in this year, we had some discussion about ball fields and, conditions and, maintenance and different things regarding the ball fields. So we've worked on that. Kelsey is typically in charge of leasing the field, handling the money and the revenues from it. She is satisfied with the way things have been working. I didn't know if the council had anything else they'd like to see adjusted before the end of the year. That was our agreement that we would do it before the end of the year. So,
Questions,
Yes.
comments?
Just indirectly, how are we doing on the repair, discussions?
I have got to meet out there with Mr. Bridges.
All right, very good. Anything further? Questions, comments, or motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Further discussion. Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda, discussion and possible action, tender loving care box at the Carl Trail. And I will turn that over to Reverend Kathy.
Hi,
Hello.
my name is Pastor Kathy. Serve the good people at Trinity Lutheran Church, and we had thought that it might be a good community outreach to put what kind of would look like a mailbox, but not a mailbox, along the path where people driving could just open it. They wouldn't have to get out of their car and they could open it. We'd have a composition notebook inside with some pencils. People could put prayer requests, poems, anything they want in there. Anyone can pick it up and read it and add to it. Just as a little outreach. It's not necessarily tied to us, but it's just something we would keep up. Someone's like, well, you could get stolen. I'm like, it's a composition notebook. You put another one in there and some pencils. So,
And you would do
And-
all of the
Yeah.
caretaking of it?
Yeah.
The city would
Maintenance.
have no involvement?
yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
Questions, comments?
You might peruse the contents of the composition journal from time to time.
Oh,
because you know
absolutely.
there
We'll do
there
that.
could be a little mischief at times,
Yeah.
so it's just, yeah,
True.
great. Good idea.
Thanks.
Questions, comments, or motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda, discussion and possible action, Phase 1 archaeological survey for the DCEO site readiness grant. Mr. Bridges.
A few weeks ago, we applied for a site readiness grant for the Benson property. And there was a part of that grant application where you could get more points if you had all the cultural environmental clearances. We got the environmental clearance from IDNR, we got the clearance from Department of Agriculture, but the state historic preservation officer looked at it, and they are requiring a Phase 1 archaeological survey of that property. They have a list of people, companies that they approved to do this. I contacted 6 of them. 3 of them are too busy to even give us a price. The other 3, I guess let me go back. IDNR has certain requirements to do a survey. One of them, it has to have 40% ground cover. Not ground cover, open, 40%. That property out there has got probably 95% ground cover. So the 3 people that did respond said, one of them said they would not do it unless it was disked and they could see it. The other two said it would cost a lot more to do it, because they'll have to go out with the shovel and do all kind of testing. So I do not have a price yet. I didn't start this till last Friday. So I don't have a price on what it would take. A few years ago, these were about $2,000 to get done. I'm assuming if it was disked and was fairly open, it would probably be, now it'd probably be twice that,
Does the entire thing have to be disc open?
what they said.
It's got a crop on it.
It says identify and evaluate all archaeological resources within the entirety of the two parcels.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So we're gonna have to destroy a crop for one thing.
Well, or they could do it without destroying the crop,
Be
but it would
cheaper.
probably take, I don't have any idea how long, much longer it would take.
Can we wait till that crop comes off and then
Yeah.
do it?
Is there,
Not for the grant.
Probably not.
Well, we don't have the grant yet, and we've already submitted it, so this isn't gonna get us any extra points.
Well, then, yeah, we could wait until next spring.
That would probably be the best thing to do.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
But it would probably be good to at least get a price and get somebody scheduled,
Okay.
depending on.
get
I
on
mean,
the waiting list?
You're right.
Yep.
I mean, some people said, it would be March before we could get to it.
That crop's not gonna come off until May.
Right.
Is there
So it might
wheat
work out.
on it Now?
No, there's canola.
Yeah.
But it will come off in May. It'll be earlier than wheat, so.
So it'd probably best to wait until then.
Okay.
But it'd probably be good to get somebody lined up.
Okay. And
Good.
talk to John about tilling it after he
Yeah.
takes that off.
Right.
Always something.
Okay.
Didn't see this coming.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Next item on the agenda, reports from elected and appointed officials, status report, Mr. Barker.
Council, I have nothing additional and new to you to report on. I will say that we do have a lot of projects going on that look like it's gonna hit us right after the first of the year. Gonna be very busy with the downtown projects, the railroad projects, and other things that we have working, so, look forward to being busy.
So questions or comments for the city manager? Seeing none, next item on the agenda, RCDC report.
Hello.
I wanted to give you an update on the program that we're going to do, Mapping the Future of Your Community. That was the one that you would have received an invitation a few weeks ago to the presentation, which was made. It's working with the Illinois Institute of Rural Affairs. They're out at Western University. They work only with small and rural communities. And they have a program called Mapping the Future of Your Community. They've been doing it since 2006. 170 programs have been done. And so they are going to work with Olney, and you put together a steering committee, or actually a list of names, and they kind of put the committee together. That committee goes about setting up a place for meetings and setting the times and those kinds of things. And then those meetings take place ideally once a week for 5 weeks in a row in the evening. And really, it's something that we really want the community to participate in. You need to have a good cross-section of ages, businesses, residents, jobs, all of those kinds of things. And they work with you to put together a list of 10 items that you think that the community needs the most. For someone it might be childcare, for someone else it might be revitalizing the downtown. And then once those meetings take place and there's an actual list of 10 items, then the whole community is invited in to the meeting place to go over those items. And then they work with you on what items are determined to be the top 3. And they're available to work with you, while you're working on those items. They do follow-ups with you. They actually come back to the community in 5 years to see how you've proceeded on a given project, how it's going, or if it didn't happen, why it did not go forward. Some communities have done these projects more than one time. There's one community that they've done it 4 different times. The presentation, I think the ones that were there would agree. The person that will help us spearhead the program, her name's Giselle Ham. She's done it since the beginning, and she presented a very clear plan on how this works. So our CDC has decided to go forward with doing that plan for the city of Alney and Richland County as well. So, any questions?
When will this start?
Well, we are on the schedule for spring.
Okay.
However, the dates are not determined yet. I was hoping to have that information tonight. But they like to do the meetings consecutive weeks. Typically, when you have a break, then it tends to have some people maybe not come back after the break. So I'm guessing it will take place before spring break and those kinds of things start. So I'm gonna guess February, early March, probably when it will take place.
And how long will this?
It's 5 weeks. It's a 3-hour meeting, once, 5 weeks in a row.
Okay.
And that's how you determine all of this information and have discussion on it. Then, once that takes place, then there will be a community meeting that everyone is invited to participate in the process of going over those items and what seems to be the most important things to most people.
So the initial meetings aren't gonna be open to the public,
Um,
just a small group working on it?
They aren't necessarily open to the public in that you can come in and out anytime you want to. They will be open to whoever wants to participate in the planning process. But ideally, it's a commitment of 5 times in a row, 5 weeks in a row, 3-hour meetings each night.
How do you select participants?
Well, I mean, we will invite our investors, of course. City council members will be invited to participate as well as county board members. We will probably advertise it in some way. I don't know that we would turn anybody away. I mean, we want to get a good cross-section of residents of the county and the city. And, the more we have, the better. So, I hope everyone will consider participating when those dates come out.
So is it a total of 5 meetings?
Yes, yes. And then you have the big community meeting after that.
In the fall of 26, most likely.
Yes, yes,
Where they will unveil what was voted for
yeah.
by the group.
So some work will have to take place on that a little bit before the community meeting, but yes. Anything else? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda, Chamber of Commerce report.
Chocolate Tour is going to be on a Saturday this year, February 7th. So be looking for advertisements on that. Chamber will be selling tickets. Spring Ladies Night is going to be in March. And Moonlight Madness was very successful this last time. I mean, it's always good to see people downtown. Makes me happy, and the store owners too, I believe, so.
Very good. Next item on the agenda is, does anybody else have anything for reports from elected county official? I would accept a motion to enter into closed session to discuss the sale or lease price of real property, acquisition of real property, appointment, employment compensation, and performance of specific employees, and litigation matters. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second?